Our story takes place in a dark and gloomy forest. The time is midnight on the 31st of October 2151. Two mysterious shadows emerge from the clearing. Shovels are held in their sweated hands as they slowly approach a forgotten cemetery. Once there, the winding path ahead is overgrown and camouflaged into the grass. The graves surrounding them lay in disrepair. Nature has almost reclaimed the land, leaving an aura of unsettling discomfort. With flashlights gripped, the two men shine their torches upon the gravestones. The sound of rustling leaves and peaceful nature is broken by a croaky voice. "Which cadaver shall we unearth, Mr. Bowerstone?" "I shall require a body that has minimal decomposition, for rot does not help anatomy a lot." After a few minutes, the two men reconvene. "These souls ended many decades ago. There's nothing here but rust and bone." "For it is strange. The gravestones all bear the same font and words. The causes of death seem to be from extreme shock." "This news does gravely unsettle me." "How about looking over towards the north? I'll investigate the south." A further search yields a new discovery. "Behind a lone and crooked tree, a tomb lies yonder. The weathered gate is brittle to the touch. The crooked steps ahead descend into darkness." "The lack of dirt, worms, and maggots does frightfully make me pleased." "Shall we venture downwards?" The men wearily nod to one another and approach the gate. A small jab with a shovel causes the remains to collapse. While the men advance further downwards and inwards, the steps start to crumble. Underneath the ground, it is unusually humid, increasing the difficulty of breathing. Eventually, the passage opens up, revealing an extravagant coffin lying on a stone mound. "A tomb fit for a king. What a brilliant life must live hidden here." "There are etchings on the stone above the entrance. Illuminate that area." The words revealed the name of the coffin's inhabitant. A king did lay here, for it was the resting site of the late pop star Michael Jackson. The inscription read his name, accompanied by the dates of life and death. The two men stood reading in disbelief, mouths agape and sweat dripping from their foreheads. This was the true burial chamber for the king of pop, and the two men were well aware of the revelation. "It appears we have stumbled onto a remarkable remnant from long ago." "Maybe we should beat it." "Only a fool would leave now. Lingering in this chamber, his remains should be in great condition. Who knows what this could tell us about those who lived before?" The man lays his hands upon the pristine coffin. He wipes a little dust and tries to move the stubborn lid, to no avail. He repeats his attempt, this time accompanied by the other man. After a few long seconds, the lid falls off, creating a thudding sound on the floor. The two men stand back and fixate their eyes upon the remains that lay before them. "God have mercy on our souls." The remains of the King of Pop were unsightly. The humidity had melted the plastic on his face to the point of disfigurement. The results of this disfigurement include the plastic on his nose melting away to reveal jagged bone and a permanent unnatural smile grinning creepily and slightly agape. The two men were desperate to look away, but the sense of dread paralyzed them. The atmosphere had changed to one of despair. The overwhelming darkness chilled the two men to the bone. We shouldn't have come here. My conscience tells me that this is just another corpse. But then, why am I consumed by the absolutist fear? One look at his face and I feel the longing for hopelessness and anguish. The body that lay ahead of them contains an uneasy aura. Was it really dead or merely sleeping? As if to answer this dreaded question, the left eye starts to open. The two men look on in disbelief and the utmost horror. The impossible was taking place in front of their very eyes. A thin, pale, bone-like arm reached out of the coffin. He slowly and shakily sits up and glances at the two intruders. He opens his mouth and speaks with a soft tone. Hello, children. I'm so happy you're here. It's past our bedtime, so don't tell mother and father. Go to hell, demon. Are you not enjoying the sleepover? Let's play my favorite game of hide and seek. 10, 9, 8. Mr. Bowerstone, now is the time to flee. My legs do not move, no matter how hard I try. Leave now. Goodbye, sir. The assistant panics and starts the ascent up the pitch-dark steps. 7. As the numbers 6, decrease, his heart 5, rate increases. 4, as the numbers hit 0, 3, he hears a mortifying 2, scream coming from 1, the not-so-distant depths 0. below. I'm having so much fun. Hee hee. The assistant jaggedly stumbles from the passageway into the cemetery. It seems different. Now there's a large moon glowing above in the night sky. Mist surrounds the grounds, and the sound of the environment seems chaotic and blaring. He jaunts past the crooked tree and towards the entrance. 100 meters later, he stumbles downwards and pulls himself next to a grave to remain hidden. I'm so excited. Where are you, little boy? Are you over here? When I find you, I'll give you the biggest surprise. Hee hee. Come to me.
Yeah!